Yeah, I mean, obviously I want to come first, but I mean, the reasonable goal would be reaching worlds like top 3, right? That's like a
Okay.
reasonable goal. But
Mm-hmm.
I always think if everything clicks well, that we can definitely contest for the title as well.
Hi everyone, it's Tom reporting from the LEC Spring Split 2022. It's a new year and it's a new rogue lineup, but still the same is Larssen, their mid laner, who is with me here today after a pretty comfortable victory, I think. I guess Misfits, how are you feeling about it?
I'm not too happy. I mean, I died like 2 times in 5 minutes. I
Yeah.
think I can take over the game if I play well. So it's quite frustrating what happened. So,
Mm-hmm.
but and I'm happy with that my team is playing so well. But today I was not happy with my performance because I think could have like been complete machine if I just play like I should do.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, you did have a scaling champion in Victor who is better later on, but I saw on
Yeah, I
Twitter
mean,
as well you were saying you had to buy some defensive items early on because you were tired of dying.
yeah, I just went full tank. I just went full tank Victor.
All right. Well, you already praised your team, and well, it seems like you guys are doing pretty fine. Um, I wouldn't go as far as to say, oh, you clearly didn't miss Inspired and Hansama at all, but it is looking pretty solid. So, how are you feeling about this new rogue?
I'm very happy for it. It's like a very different challenge for me. It's
Hmm.
like so different from Inspired and Hans. So I'm like super excited for it because obviously Hans and Inspired were like very resource demanding players. So
Mm-hmm.
I had like adjust a lot to them and like uh, we try to help them carry, right? Because I mean obviously you can't have 5 people who carry. You need to have uh, help
Right.
help help some people to carry. So I can be a lot more uh, uh, vocal and like demanding this year, and
Mm-hmm.
I will have a lot more on my shoulders, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like super excited for that because it's a new challenge and it's the way I want to play, right? And it's the way I will improve as a player. So
Right.
I'm like very excited for it. And I mean, losing Inspire and House, they're very good players, but we also got into new like very good players who can become very good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm I'm good.
Yeah, well, it. I don't think there's been much said like from Rogue's side on why Inspired and Hansama left. They themselves, I think, Hansama said in an interview with Lore he wanted something new. Inspired said, I think, in a Reddit AMA he wanted something new. How was it for you to go into the off season with them thinking of leaving, or maybe even like maybe they didn't want to leave? Maybe yeah.
Uh, well, obviously I can't disclose too much of what happened, but
Hmm.
uh, I think I understood pretty early that they both might leave. So I was just spending. I mean, you need to make the best of the situation. Sachs at the left, but it was. I mean, everything makes sense, like for both parties, for Rogue and for the players.
Hmm.
I understand like the situation very well. So I just went in and watched so much VODs of ADCs and junglers, because that's the only thing I can do, right? To when they leave, that to find like the best ones left. And
Hmm.
uh, obviously, Comp and Malrang is someone who I liked when I watched the VODs. So I'm happy with getting them at least.
Right. So, but just to be clear, like you for you, their departure wouldn't have been necessary. You were still very happy to play with them in this year.
Yeah, I would be happy playing with them.
All
But
right.
definitely, a change was needed for like all parties. So
Mm-hmm.
I knew a change would happen. Like you can't stay the same as a team. It's
Right.
never gonna happen. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, I knew something had to change, right? I knew it. Everyone knew it. So it was
Did
not like
you?
unexpected.
Yeah. Did you consider leaving as like you needed change as well?
No, not no. I mean, I still have 2 contracts, 2 years left on my contract, and
Right. Inspired extended as well. So.
yeah. I mean, he left. I'm not gonna go deep into it. I mean, I'm happy at Rogue, so I didn't think about leaving really.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay. Well, you mentioned Malrang and Comp. I want to start with Malrang first because he was pretty surprising pickup for you guys. Substitute, jungler, and Damwon Key, obviously a very impressive team, but the first South Korean import we've seen in a while. So how did the team land on picking him up, and how was he presented to you as a potential option?
Well, I think people have figured out that Bloomy again, our assistant coach from last year, and now he's working with the academy, but
Mm-hmm.
and is more of a scout academy guy. But he worked with Malrang in 2008 in Royal Bandits, so he recommended Malrang, and I mean, Bloom again liked him a lot, Malrang. So, and I watched through Malrang votes, and I liked what I saw, what he could bring to the team. So it kind of came from like our assistant coach Bloom again. I probably maybe it wouldn't have happened otherwise, but I'm very happy it happened. I'm very happy with Malrang.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, and how is communication going? We heard Odo say on the Riot stream that he is taking English lessons. That Rogue is bullying him with English lessons.
Yeah,
How's
he said,
communication going in the team? Because it's pretty important for mid and jungle to have that nailed down.
yeah, I mean, communication in game is like quite simple, right? It's nothing like complicated. You don't need to have the greatest English. So in game, it's not really. I mean, obviously it can get better in game as well, but it's not like a big issue. And he understands English decently. Like you can talk to him, but obviously he's not the best at speaking English, and he has a long way to go. But it's not like a big problem. It's going decent. We also have Chris, our coach, who is a Korean English speaker. So he's there to help always, and if he needs translation. So everything is like fine, but obviously it will help when his English gets better.
Of course, yeah. And then Comp played on Vitality a little bit last year, but was then replaced by Crownshot. You said you watched a lot of VODs in order to find potential new talent to join Rogue.
Yeah, it was hard to find some Comp VODs, but
exactly. I was gonna ask, like, okay, so which games did you watch then for him to suggest? Or
I mean, I watched through the VODs I could from 2020 summer and 2021 spring before he got benched.
Yeah.
There was surprising benching. Like when he got benched in spring, I was like so shocked. Like our whole team was like shocked. But that needed a change at that point, I guess. So and Crown was free, so I guess that made sense. But I always thought he was super good. In 2019, I played in EU Masters Spring Split, and it was always like us in LDLC, and he played in LDLC, and I thought he was very good back then. So I always had respect for him, and I knew that. I mean, he just needs the right environment to become a very good player. Because it's always like this: if you're a rookie and you come into the wrong team, it can be very hard, even if you're very talented. And I knew that we could, or I think at least that we can provide him the correct environment here, so he can become the player he can become with his talent.
Right. Well, he isn't a rookie technically, but I see what you mean in terms. He doesn't have a lot of experience yet, so he's definitely not seasoned in any way. So Rogue last year obviously reached finals of spring, got very high in summer as well. Now the question is, with teams like Vitality, Fnatic, G2 has rebranded, Mad Lions is still the reigning champion at the moment and looked pretty good as well in their opening matchup. So where do we see Rogue go? Obviously, you cannot look into the future, but assessing your team at the moment, what are your expectations?
I mean, I always want to become the best team, and I think we have talented players enough to do it. Obviously, it will be very hard. I mean, if you look at the public opinion, we're not even close to being the best team or something like that, and that's very understandable, right? So we have a long way to go, but we have a very good mindset, I think, like all the players, so we can definitely improve a lot together. Just like in this little time we had, we have actually improved a lot together, especially this last week since I came down to Berlin.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously I want to come first, but I mean, the reasonable goal would be reaching worlds like top 3, right? That's like a reasonable goal. But I always think if everything clicks well, that we can definitely contest for the title as well.
All right. Well, we're going to see if everything is going to click well then in the spring split, maybe in the summer split. We'll see. Thank you very much for joining, Larssen, and good luck in the rest of the split.
Thank you for having me.